Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to pay yourself if you're self-employed. So this is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are starting to generate some profits and are wondering, how should I actually pay myself? Now keep in mind that this video shouldn't be construed as financial advice, so make sure to do your own research. Now, I do want to start off by actually informing you and making sure that we're clear as far as what's the difference between an LLC, sole proprietorship, and S corporation election, because you may have heard those terms while actually researching how to pay yourself. Now, I would assume that you're probably a sole proprietorship right now, and this is the simplest structure, meaning that there's no legal distinction between your personal assets and your business assets, which means that if your business gets sued or if it goes bankrupt, your personal assets are actually going to be liable as well. And that's a pretty scary thought. So with an LLC though, one of the best things about it is that it separates your personal and business assets, which means that there is legal protection of your personal assets. Now, the last thing to know about is the S corporation election, and this is available to LLCs, okay? So there is potential for reduced self-employment taxes with an S corporation, but usually those tax savings occur when your LLC profits exceed around $40,000 to $50,000 per month. Now with that, an S corporation election, its income is split into salary and dividends, okay? So the salary is subject to payroll tax and the dividends are not subject to payroll tax. Now, as an example calculation, I just drafted this here up. If you're a self-employed business owner and you don't have an LLC, I highly recommend you get one. But if your LLC, let's say, made a net profit of $100,000, if you were to file taxes as a sole proprietorship, your entire $100,000 is going to be taxed at 15% roughly, which means that you pay $15,000 in self-employment taxes. If you were to file as an S corporation, for example, $60,000, you can send that to yourself as a reasonable salary, and $40,000 of that can be seen as dividends. So the $60,000 is subject to self-employment tax, which means that you pay $9,000. The dividend portion, the $40K, is not subject to self-employment tax, which means that the total taxes that you pay in this scenario is $9,000. Therefore, you save $6,000, okay? So $15,000 minus $9,000 equals $6,000. Now, the key thing here is that you have to pay yourself through payroll in order to meet the IRS requirements, supposedly. So with this here, okay, in order to pay yourself a reasonable salary, or in order to pay yourself if you're self-employed, I would recommend using Gusto. So Gusto is an HR payroll software that I've been using for the past 4 years. It only costs like $40 a month, guys. It's extremely affordable, and it just handles the manual labor of actually doing payroll yourself. So if you use my link down below in order to actually sign up with Gusto, you'll actually get $100 once you set up your first payroll. So it's basically free money. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and create an account. Simply create an account up here. And then you just need to fill out all this information here. So first name, last name, work email, company name, number of employees, set up your password, etc. Now, once you set that up, you're just going to fill out your company profile. So who is your company planning to pay with Gusto? Myself. How does your company currently run payroll? We're new to running payroll. Is your company registered as an employer with the IRS? Yes or no? Do you have a company bank account? Yes or no? In which US states do you work? Okay, so insert the state. Do you have an accountant or bookkeeper helping your business? Yes or no? What industry are you in? So you simply just try to find the industry that best correlates to what your industry is currently in. Is your company a cannabis related business? Yes or no? Does anyone in your company need to track hours worked or create hourly schedules? Yes or no? And then here, what's your desired first payday with Gusto? So in my case, there's no right or wrong answer here. Just use an estimated date because you can change this later on. I pay myself on the 21st of every month, so it's up to you to decide, and then click on continue. Now, once you click on continue, you're going to be recommended a package here. So this is the plan that I'm on. It's only $46 a month, guys, and you're allowed to run unlimited payrolls in one state. You also get support from Gusto. And you're also able to get W-2s and 1099s on this plan as well. So you can send that over to your bookkeeper or an accountant at the end or at the beginning of every tax season. So just click on confirm and set up. So essentially what you need to do next is that there's two things. You actually need to set up your payroll, and then you need to set up an employee profile. So what you do is click on pay and then click on run payroll. And then from this prompt here, you're going to click on continue where it says add payroll details. So here you just need to fill out your address, your federal tax info, your filing address, your bank account, your pay schedule, and your signatory. So once you fill out the payroll details, the next thing that you need to do is create an employee profile. So you can either click on people or you can click on continue where it says create your profile. So once you click on create your own profile, you just need to enter the first name, last name, the start date, the work address, and then the compensation. Okay, so for our example, as outlined in the previous diagram, we're just going to set this as $60,000 per year, and no, I'm not tax exempt. So in the future prompts, or then following prompts from this one here, you just need to input your social security, basically other employee info, and then set up your tax elections, and then also set up your payment. Now, depending on which state you're in, you might need to set up some taxes for your state specific. So I'm not entirely sure of that just because there's a lot of states here. But essentially, that is how you actually go ahead and pay yourself as self-employed. And again, if you haven't signed up for Gusto just yet, you can use my link down below. And once you set up your first payroll, you'll actually receive $100, which is basically free money. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.